Hello everyone. Hi everyone. I hope everyone can hear me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just
Yes,
I want
can
to,
hear you.
dear Navin Gupta, just I need to say another thing, remaining another thing. Okay, now 7:06 from Indian time. We should close our today's debate session within 8:15 Indian time. Okay. After 8:15, another meeting will start from my Zoom. So this is a notification for you. Okay, thank you.
Everyone, please adhere to the timings. All the participants, on behalf of Global Education Network, I welcome you all. And I would like to welcome all the judges, all the participants, and the founder, Mr. Mohyuddin, for making this project successful. From the last session, we have a very good response from all the schools, all the teams from the various country. I would like to thank Corina, who is not here with us today, a global executive director, the students from South Africa, and the teacher, Sitebal Samuel, and Dr. Anjum Qureshi from India, the coordinator for hosting, for making this project successful. So I welcome you all. So we will be talking about round one. I'm just talking about the rules. Round one, teacher from each country will come first and they will introduce their student and their school to each other. Round two, student A speaks 5 minutes to clarify his and her opinion. Everybody knows the topic. Topic is what is better for learning, teachers or internet. I hope you know the topic very well. It's teachers. What is better for learning, teachers or internet? So in the digital words, we are challenging the teachers. So you should explain. Student B again speak for 5 minutes to clarify his and her opinion. Both should say why. Round three, the second student from team will speak to support opinion with the study cases, real life scenario and facts. Then the second student from against team does the same. At the end, we should have 3 judges to assess the student work according to specific rubric they have with them and they need to explain. So now I would like to welcome first from South Africa, Sitebal, to introduce their students.
Thank you. Good afternoon. The one you see on the screen now, it's Mr. Matosa. I'm from Limpopo, which is in South Africa. The school is Muchedi Secondary School. I'm not alone. I'm with my compatriots. It's in Hopeleng, and I'm also with Tunishan. Thank you.
That's great, everyone. Over to Dr. Anjum Qureshi. So,
yes, good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Anjum Qureshi from India, and I have my 2 students, Tanuja and Ayush Raj. They both are students of RCRT Chandrapur, and they are over there. They have joined actually from their own systems. So, thank you, the Gen Network, for this opportunity.
both the speakers, please introduce. Say hi, Tanuja and
Ayush.
Tanuja and Ayush, say hi. I think your camera is on.
Yes, Ayush and Tanuja.
Okay, that's great. I'll see the gallery mode. Okay, so hi to everyone. And okay, over to the judges. Judges, please say hi to the and all the best to the students. Judges of this debate session, please say hi to the student and then we can start.
Hello teachers, hello students. We are so proud to have you here and so enthusiastic to hear from you. Wish you all a successful session, inshallah, and successful debate.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
And over to Nadeza Innova.
Hello, dear friends. Welcome to our debate session. And I'm proud to start to be present at the debate discussing the role of teachers and the internet in the education, in the modern education. This topic is very important for me as a teacher, and I hope I will learn and new ideas from the participants. Good luck to all of you.
Over to Tatenda from Zimbabwe, another judge. Are you there?
No, dear Navin Gupta, Tatenda is absent, so I have
So,
appointed our another judge, Bangladesh, Sayyeda Nazbunna. Dear Nazbunna, ma'am, please introduce yourself.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Sajjan Azmun Nahar, senior teacher. All the best for all participants. Thank you.
okay. Now, team 1 from South Africa will speak first, and then team 1 from India will speak. Over to the students. Thank you, everyone.
I send my sincere salutations to you all. I am Mashilo Nkupeleng from Mujedi Secondary School in South Africa. The topic for today is what's best for learning, teachers or internet? And South Africa chose internet. I'm gonna start with the pros of learning through the internet. Internet learning provides global access to information. Internet learning is simply the easiest way to gather information from all around the world, even learning globally so. It saves time and money. It helps both learners and teachers to save a good amount of money and time. Time that could have been used searching for information in a library will be utilized because internet provides much more information and much more quicker. The further away you live from school, the higher amount of money needed for transport. So internet learning is there to save you time and money. Sourcing for updated information. Searching can be hard, more especially if you're looking for the information in a library. So the internet is there to offer updated information. Your own schedule. With online learning, you can create your own study schedule and you can attend whenever you feel like it. Less competition and less intensity. In online learning, there's less intense and less competition compared to traditional classes. It makes students less stressed and more relaxed, and it is a way they can gain self-confidence. Now moving on to the cons of learning through the internet. We are aware that sometimes internet learning can be disturbed. And due to the issue of load shedding in our current environment, we are aware that the internet learning can be disturbed because the moment electricity goes off, network also disconnects. So that is one of the difficulties we seem to be facing in our country. Lose concentration. Without proper care for students while attending online can make them lose focus, as it can be done through phone or laptop. They can easily move to games or videos or go to other social. The issue of data costs. Data may be expensive for economically weak students. Some come from disadvantaged backgrounds. Parents may be jobless and cannot afford needed gadgets to study online or even data for online connection. Now I'm gonna say a few quoted words. Today, all you have to do is go online. I quoted those words that were said by Bill Gates. Another one, open code. If kids can be super engaged in video games, there's a way for them to be super engaged to education as well. Close code by Elon Musk. There is a huge value in learning with instant feedback. Open code. Online courses give students full control over their own learning. Students are able to work at their own speed. Close code by Dexway. Open code. If you are on social media, you are not learning, not laughing, not being inspired, or not networking, then it means you're using it in a wrong way. Close code by Gemini Kent. Open code. Online education can serve two goals. For students lucky enough to have access to great teachers, blended learning can mean even better outcomes at the same or lower cost. And for millions here and abroad who lack access to good in-person education, online learning opens doors that would otherwise remain closed. Close Code by Daphne Kellen. I thank you.
That was wonderful. She quoted so many examples with a real life situation. And I think it was marvelous speech. Over to who is going to speak, Tanuja or Ayush?
Just hello.
Yeah, Tanuja is going to speak. Welcome, Tanuja, and just support.
Am I audible properly, sir?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yes, sir. So, hello everyone. Myself Tanuja from India, and before starting my points, I would like to share one small story in front of you. There were two friends, and they was very close to each other, and was learning in the same school from the childhood. But when they pass out the 10th standard, one of them have left the school and left the town also because some situation. And one of the boy who was present in that town have completed his whole education. So that time, and year pass out, and that boy who was in town have completed his graduation also. So one day accidentally these both boys have met together on a road, and they know each other. They was very happy by meeting with each other. So that time they share about their current life situations. So that boy who had completed his graduation said that now I'm seeking for the job in this in this town, and he asked that another friend that what are you doing now? So he said, now I'm a assistant manager in a company. That boy shocked. That boy asked that how is it possible? I appreciate you that you are in a good post, but how is it possible that you have left the school and you also have left the education? So how is it possible? So that boy said, no, whether I haven't learned from the school, but there was an online learning platform by which I got this job. I was interacting with the various types of experts, and they were suggesting what I do for my future. So, and it is because of only internet platforms. That is why now I'm on the post of the assistant manager. So it is only possible because of the internet only. So what do you get the moral from this story? From my point of view, what is our need in this today's generation in the era of the development? In this era of the development, you can't depend only upon the teachers only, because this is the competitive era, and you should be always front of any any situation. So that is why internet is the best mode of education, best mode for learning, and that is why today I would like to present my points on the internet is better. So as I told before, the era of the development and competitive era, so you should not think that in a localized manner. If you are thinking in a localized manner, so your knowledge is just limited only for the books only, or you will learn only what the teacher is teaching you. Apart from that, you don't have any other knowledge. But if you want to go the globalized manner, so you should use the internet for learning, because internet can give you wider support for your education, your learning, and what do you want to do in the future, that can be clarified by using internet. Why I'm telling this as like that, because internet does not depend upon anything. No Internet does not depend upon any piece of chalk, paper, and blackboard and small classroom. It is the it has a wider range. It is all over the world, and these any information you are getting from the internet on in a 1 second only. So why I'm telling this, because for example, if you are taking, so in a closed room of the knowledge, teacher is just a window from which you can capture the scenario of this from the small size only. But if you are using the internet, so internet just like a door of the knowledge from which you are getting the huge picture of the world and its world scenery. So that is the difference between teacher and the internet for learning. You know why? Because teacher is just like window, because teacher is very limited. Teacher has limited knowledge, teacher has limited resources, limited time bound. But if you are talking about the internet, so internet is unlimited, because internet has unlimited sources. From any platform you can search anything on anywhere. It is not dependent upon the time. If you don't have time now, so after some time you can take the information very properly from the internet only. And another way is that internet can give a wider opportunity than teachers, because internet has the various types of platforms from which you can show your talent also, and that is why internet is the better for learning. Learning from any place and from any time make our learning interactive. Why? Because if you are in a charge of time, you are in a charge of learning, so you can't manage both things properly. Sometimes you have very urgent work, you can't go to the school or colleges, so that time your lecture get missed. So this situation can be this situation we can be closed by using the internet only. So why internet is not better for learning? Friends, you know, if you think in today's generation, so today's generation think that if the person don't have cost, so the person cannot be take the higher education properly. I don't think so, because learning does not depend upon the cost, on any amount of cost. And this definition can be proved by using internet. You can learn anything what you love, because in a small amount of money. If you don't have huge amount of money, so from a good teacher, from the teacher who is famous in all over the world, you are taking the education from that person, and that is possible because of only internet. So that is why I think that internet is very good for learning for today's students, because internet have number of choices, varieties of knowledge and alternatives. So that is why I would like to say that we can use the internet to be globalized. So anytime, if you want to take the opportunities, if you want to be succeed in the future, so always be globalized, and globalization is just because of internet. So that is why be the good decision taker, and by this way you can not only you can take the advantage of today's benefits, you can also think about the future benefits, and that can be possible because of internet only. So thank you.
That was a good thought process, to use the internet in a proper manner. Student uses the internet in various ways, but to learn something new. And she quoted a very good example, when student and the person who has not gone to the school and just joined as a job. So that's again a good example. But certainly being a teacher, so I have some quotes and admin to this. So again, it's a student perspective. So let's give some tips by the judges, and then we'll go to the next team again. Now then the team will be changed. Now India will start first. Ayush will speak in favor of this, and Zimbabwe team will speak against of this. Is that okay? I would like judges to say some words in between.
Can I have a say?
Yeah, you can.
So thank you for the thank you to the students who presented their points of view on the advantages and disadvantages of the internet. But so I think I should remind you that team Zimbabwe team is for the internet, and they gave good reasons, good reasoning, mentioning the positive sides of the internet education. And to my mind, the Indian presenter should firstly argue, give a rebuttal against, so arguing against the internet in education, and pay more attention to, be more focused on the teacher in education. And as I see it, so the first presentation was kind of similar. Both teams voted for the internet. This is my point of view as I see it. So I think that the Indian team should be more careful about stating their point of view. They should be promoting teachers in education. I think this is the way. They should be more counter-argumentative against the Zimbabwe team. This is my point.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Thank
Excuse me.
you for both teams. Yes.
Oh, yes, thank you. I was saying point of correction, it's South Africa, not Zimbabwe. Much appreciated. Thank
Okay,
you.
okay, Zimbabwe. Oh, South Africa.
South Africa.
Yes, South Africa.
Yes.
Yes, much
Sorry, yeah.
appreciated.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay, thank you for such amazing, impressive speech from each student from both teams, South Africa and India. But I like to focus on what Nadia said. Try to focus on you are for what and against what. Okay, so you should focus on you're supporting your point of view. You should focus on supporting your point of view. As South Africa, you are with teaching through the internet, while Indian are against using the internet. Okay, so you can talk about both advantages and disadvantages at the same time. Okay, you have to clarify your point of view and support it. Okay. So focus on this part, please. And good luck in the second session, in the second part of your speech.
Now over to Ayush. Ayush, you need to speak in favor of teachers. Is that okay? Ayush, you need to speak in favor of teachers, that teachers is not the replacement of internet. And then from South Africa, they will say, yes, against, they will say that the pointers given by the Ayush are not correct and they have to explain why. Is that okay, both the teams, South Africa and India? Ayush, you are saying that teachers cannot be replaced, and team from South Africa will talk about against the taking care of points given by Ayush, and then you are supporting that it's not right. Is that okay?
Yes, it's understandable.
I hope judges, is that okay?
So Naveen sir, I liked your explanation. It was very clearly and easily explained. Yes, you said the right words. Thank you.
Okay, then fine. So they have to use the pointers. And Ayush, you need to use some facts. Why teachers are better? Some example, your own learning example. You can give your own learning example, your teacher example. You are in which grade, Ayush? Are you there? Ayush?
Yes, sir.
You are in which grade?
Sir, I'm pursuing my BTech.
Okay, so you are a college student, so you should understand that you can take an example of your teacher, how the teachers are better than internet.
Yes,
You
sir.
have already done 14 year or 15 year of study.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes.
Okay, and what about South Africa? Who is going to speak?
I'll be speaking against the teachers.
Okay, dear, you are in which grade?
Pardon?
You are in which grade? Which class? Which grade you are?
I'm in grade 10, sir.
Grade 10. Okay, that's great. No issues. It's always communication skills is cannot be age barriers. So we will hope for the better conversation between these two. All the best. Over to Ayush.
Can I start, sir?
Ayush, you can start.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. Honorable present over here. Myself, Ayush Raj from India, and I'm just going to say some my strong points. That is, teacher cannot be easily replaced by the use of internet. So first of all, when we think upon what the topic is, and the topic is just what is learning. So first of all, topic is just which is better for which is the best option for learning, and which one is best, that is teacher or internet. So I am just going to going to present all the points that is favoring teacher. So what is learning first? Learning is not the process just by clearing all the stages of the classes like 1 to 10, which is just we are in primary school, and after that secondary, and after then college. Learning is a whole lifelong process, and I think learning should be in such a way that we are just grab or express an ideas with each other. And I think whenever we just choose internet for learning as a better, so I think it's not be good so wide as compared to teacher, because on the internet we are just not interact more as we are just interact with teacher. So learning should be yes, as my opponent say, what the opponent said, that learning by the proper use of internet we can, yes. So again some students, some learners can get confused, and because of get not proper how to use internet, someone get lack of, and someone can get addicted to the black use of internet. And so but in a case of teacher gives a more clarity on the topic with the visual interaction. So I think from this I think from my this perspective, teachers cannot be replaced by the use of internet. Yes, in the phase of learning, teacher is also quite good, in the sense when teacher is teaching something, we are just we can just able to interact with teacher, we just able to get eye to eye contact with teacher, what the teacher actually mean. We are so if we think about the point, that is discipline. So in the phase of learning, discipline should be a great key to learn something, I think. So because of discipline, we are just try to focus what the teacher is just saying, because there is a physical interaction with teacher. I think this is quite missing when we use the internet for the learning, because on using internet, there is no one to just give a lesson how to use internet. So I think there is a need to first take what is the proper side of internet using, and what is the instead of getting indulged in those points, we should, I think this problem is not create in front of teacher. Whenever we are just learn something in front of teacher, there should be a proper manner of discipline, there should be proper environment of learning something. So by this only we can able to learn. Yeah, internet is just used as a medium, but not it cannot be just replace the place of teacher. Yeah, in the today's world of development, in the today's world of globalization, internet is just like a way of learning something. It's not not quite that quite much clear to just replace the place of teacher, because teacher is not a not someone who someone who just teaches. Teacher is uh, teacher is that that person by which we just start how to learn. And this and I think before start learning we just need how to learn, and this internet cannot be able to understand with us how to learn. Internet only provides all the information, but this is information is what information is actual suitable for our need. This cannot be happen whenever we just only depending on the internet. So I think from this point of view also teachers cannot be replaced with internet. So whenever we see another scenario, that is some network problem, so everyone cannot be get access proper network in so many countries. There are so many reasons. So from teacher only, for the presence of teacher only, from there should not be any need of network connection. Mutual interaction can be easily done without the use of network. So in nowadays I think whenever we think upon the dependency of cost, so one cost is just matter in case of internet. There should be a proper connection of data also. So I think this peculiarities of internet is not come with in case of teacher. So at last but not least, we are just start learning from our childhood. Even we not get together with the any language. So mother is the first teacher, because what we are just learning. On that time we are not able to get on something by the use of internet, by the use of mother. So teacher is no teacher is one thing that helps at the each and every moment of our life. And by teachers we are just we are just, as learning is a lifelong process. So at last but not least, I'm just want to conclude my topic is just the internet. The using of internet is quite better. We should accept technology, but we cannot be able to just replace the place of teacher with internet. Yes, thank you.
That's great, Ayush. You have given some quote example with a mother who is always be a teacher. That's the first teacher, and you have given a personal touch will be lacked. The discipline cannot be there when the student is learning from the internet. So all these pointers are very good. So it's a tough challenge for you from South Africa. So now you can start.
I send my sincere salutations to you all. I am Maramagatu Mishang from Motedi Secondary School, representing South Africa. And today I'll be speaking of the cons of traditional learning. I'm going to start with bullying in schools. It mostly happens in traditional learning. Drug problems, violence problems, all with safety problems. Nowadays, learners get scared of going to school because they face bullying. And that leads to some of those learners committing suicide and others dropping out. Committing costs. Learners who live far away from school require money in order to get to school. The further away you live from school, the higher the cost of getting to school. Not having enough time to learn and absorb the information during one lesson. During one lesson, you get a lot of information and it will require you to take some time to absorb it. Whenever learners need time to absorb the information they just received, it's time for another period or another lesson. And the learners end up forgetting what they were just taught. Late coming. Because of the issue of transport or taxis, you sometimes arrive at school late. You get punished, and most of it, you miss out on curriculum of the first period or lesson. Educators need to follow a certain teaching program. If that certain program isn't followed due to some issues such as teachers getting ill, going to workshops, or attending meetings, learners won't be able to learn the things they were supposed to in that period of time. Somewhere, somehow, those skills are neglected. Lose concentration. The learner might lose concentration due to non-effective teaching style of pedagogy, which is the teacher. For example, the learner might end up feeling bored or losing. Some of them might fall asleep. The traditional way of learning channels or does not permit the learner to learn what he or she desires, but receives the limited and outdated information from the teacher. Some of the concepts or aspects are not emphasized to the capacity of the pupil's comprehension due to time. There's a lot of pessimistic competition, which might result in hatred and witchcraft. Now I'm going to quote a few words. Mira Kamaravosky once quoted these words: "The greatest danger of traditional education is that learning may remain purely verbal." Will Smith also quoted these following words: "The things that have been most valuable to me, I did not learn them in traditional school. It is based on facts. Traditional education is based on facts and figures and passing tests, not on a comprehension of the material and its application to your life." Wikipedia also quoted these words: "Online learning environments provide a greater degree of flexibility than classroom settings." I thank you.
That was a short and crisp information she has given, that when the student is going to the school, they will be a victim of cyberbullying or some kind of bullying in a normal way. So that's true that when you are going to the school, but there are certain things. So both the teams have given their own topics, and after 2 minutes, I'm going for both the teams to conclude the session with their points, and judges will decide who will be conclude within a favor and within against. Both the participants together can decide and then speak. Is that okay?
Yes. Yes.
And the teacher will speak on behalf of their students. So just we have a 5 minutes and more, and within this 5 minutes, I would like judges to say some words and their point of view. Asma, you want to say something? Hello? You're not audible. Am I audible first? First, I am audible.
Yes, yes.
So Basma, you want to say something? I can't hear you.
Yes, I'd like to now. You can't hear me now?
Yeah,
My
I can
voice
hear
is
you.
not
Yeah, I can hear you now.
okay. Thank you for both teams. I like the way of talking about bullying in schools and how internet can be useful for absorbing some information and helps students to be able to absorb the information well. And I liked also the point that mentioned by the Indian team about the teacher. It's the teacher's responsibility to show the positive and the negative part of the internet. It was really impressive. Both teams, they in the second round, they focused on some important points, both of them. So that was really impressive. Thank you so much. And South Africa, thank you for your
Nataze ma'am, I would like you to say some words. Meanwhile, they are concluding the session in 2 minutes.
All right, so it was a pleasure for me again to listen to the reasons of the Indian team in favor of teaching. And I liked the idea that teachers show students how to learn. Yes, it is one of the most important issues in teaching, to teach students learning strategies. And I fully agree here that the internet can hardly teach you the strategies. So this, and one more point from the Indian team arguments was the one I liked, that mother is the first teacher. Yes. So the teachers' real interaction will always be present in the life of any young man from his birth. And the students from South African school gave good reasoning against teaching in favor of the internet education. But my point is still remains the same, that so both teams, in my view, both teams demonstrate their skills, critical thinking skills, and their ability to give reasons for and against a certain topic. But as I see it, the debate should, so when you present your counter reasons, they are prepared beforehand. And in my view, as I know it, as I see it, you should listen to the team, to the opponents, and you should give your counter arguments to the present speech. So that's why as I see it, there is no rebuttal here. There is hardly rebuttal here. Maybe I'm too strict, but as I see it, it looks not like debates, but like presenting points of view, positive and negative sides of different topics. But the rebuttal should be live. I listen to the Indian team and I give my counter reasons to this very presenter, whose name was Ayush. That is the rebuttal as I see it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, I would like teachers to just conclude the session with their own speech, and then we'll have a results. So over to Dr. Saida Nazum Nair, you want to say something? Another third judge, you want to say something before the team starts? Madam Saida?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
For better learning, teachers and internet both are very important. So South Africa and India team very well said for topics. The teachers help them to absorb the real concept and context which they can collect from internet. So I can say that guide for student properly and give instruction to achieve proper knowledge from internet. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Now over to Mr. Samuel.
Okay, thank you. I sense my sincere greetings for the second time. When I was listening to the presenters in India, there is the first presenter. She started by telling us or narrating a story. And what I liked from the presenter, the first speaker, was that there was no quoting, and whatever that she was saying, she was more on opinions. There were no facts. And when you're speaking of debate, it means that you should go and you make a research and you speak facts. We do not want opinions. And again, she was more citing with us because the things that she was saying clearly were to say that internet, it is more effective than what we call a traditional teaching. And thank you for adding more points to us. Highly appreciated. Do that even in future. And then moreover, as she was speaking, she was more speaking of that example, as I've said before. And I was trying to get the sense. I only got the sense at the end. And let me give you a piece of an advice. That is so time consuming. Don't ever do that in future. And moreover, I like when the judge was speaking, the other judge said that we gave good examples as South Africans. And thank you very much for that. And again, they said there was no argument. Indeed, there was no argument because none reviewed all these ones who were speaking. Because as you can't review us because you're speaking facts, as we have done our research thoroughly. And moreover, they were speaking of the issue of internet can teach you how to learn. I beg to differ with that 100%. Why am I saying that? The teachers that are teaching us in class or teaching learners in class, let me tell you, they take resources from the internet, and the internet, it is the one that tells them. Like when you go to an internet, any novice can get an information. You just go to what we call Google. You type whatever information that you want. You don't need anyone to instruct you on doing that because typing is simple. You just go there, you punch in whatever topic that you want to punch in. It will give you various sources of various information. It's up to you which one you want, and they're all important. And moreover, the second speaker, as he was speaking, he said that learning is not a process of duster or chalks. So yes, you're correct. I agree with you. And thank you for also agreeing with us, because automatically when you say that learning, it is not through duster, it is not through chalks, you are saying internet, it helps us to learn. Let me explain, as you fail to tell us what is learning. Learning is an acquisition of a new information. Whatever that you have received which you were not aware of, that is called learning. So it is not a traditional way in class. You learn through internet. And moreover, he said that lack of skills of internet, as I've clarified it before, when you go to an internet, you don't need a skill. The very same skills that you need, you can go to the internet, it will show you. For instance, we are having an iPhone. Remember, iPhone, you can go to it, you say, can you please translate this language to me? You speak in any language, it translates to the language that you need. Then it means the internet is teaching you. You don't need anyone to come and assist you in that. Thank you. Moreover, he spoke of a discipline. When we speak of discipline, we have also two ways that can enforce the discipline, which could be intrinsic motivation or extrinsic motivation. There is no way you cannot be disciplined on the internet if you know what is it that you are looking for, and you know where you come from and where your destination is at. Automatically, you are going to do things correctly. Only those who lack what you call the discipline, and discipline comes through motivation. There are teachers who are teaching learners and they don't make them to be motivated. They instantly demotivate them. So it's not only teachers who are motivating. Even the internet can motivate you, where you can watch a clip on the internet, or you go to YouTube, you watch a clip of a certain particular topic that the teacher have taught in class. But when you watch the clip, you start to get more understanding. You get more clarity on it. So you find
Samuel, sorry to interrupt you. It's already more than 5 minutes you spoke, and you spoke very well. And I think you have good counters for the discipline, self-motivation, ethics we are talking about here, that it's always be a part of our debate, that whether students should use this technology in a positive manner or negative, that's depend upon a person to a person. So very good conclusion. Dr. Anjum Qureshi, over to you.
Yes, so thank you very much, sir. Actually, I was listening to everyone. I would just like to, before starting, I would just like to tell there was actually a small miscommunication. And we were told that we also have to speak in the favor of internet. And that is why our first student, Tanuja, was speaking in favor of the internet. But Ayush handled it on time. And so really, I would like to appreciate Ayush because he handled it very well, though we had all the points in the favor of the internet. Yes. But we have to speak in the favor of people. And yes, myself being a teacher for nearly 16 years and educator for 16 years, of course, I can never deny that teacher is always better than internet. In India, teacher is called as guru, a Sanskrit word which means someone who renews you from the darkness. Yes, internet is used as we're told by some of my worthy opponents, but internet gives you only information. But the teacher is one who gives you knowledge. Internet can only tell you. And yes, one more thing that I would like to tell about the internet, there are so many sites. Like if I just type a term like artificial intelligence on the Google, yes, number of links will be opening up for you in few seconds. But what is the guarantee that all the links are showing authentic information? Because let me tell you, there are many kind of sites, many links wrong information on the internet. And I would like to also counter some of the points which were told by my worthy opponents. Firstly, they were talking about the cost of schooling. Yeah, of course, but like there are so many government schemes where you have scholarships, where you have free primary education. So I think since there the cost is nowhere a barrier in continuing your education. Secondly, when you talk about the internet, think about the countries where they don't have internet facilities. Even in India, during the pandemic, the people, there were some remote locations, they didn't have access to the internet. And there were a number of students, more than 50% of the students in India who could not go for online teaching just because they could not afford a device that could support the online teaching. So in that case, there were so many great teachers in India. In the midst of pandemic, they took out time and they personally visited the students and they have given education. And one of those teachers, Mr. Disley, has also won the Global Teacher Prize for that. So this is how the teachers are working. And yes, and one of them also said, internet it works so many times. But teachers, yes, we teachers are upgrading ourselves. We are not working 10 to 5, but we are working round the clock. Anytime we receive a call from the student and we are there to solve their queries, we are always there. So why internet? Even we are there. And it is not that internet has the update knowledge. Internet is just a medium, The information that has been put on the internet is again put by a human being. And that human being is the teacher. So whatever is available on the internet, that is due to the teacher. Internet does not create anything of itself. And yes, about the latest information that is available on the internet, so let me tell you, for we teachers also, it is always necessary to upgrade ourselves. Like every year in our curriculum, every teacher has to present at least one research paper and every teacher has to finish at least 2 faculty development programs. Because the courses are changing rapidly and all the latest technologies like AI and cloud computing and IoT are entering, which we never studied when we were students, but we are adapting to it. We are learning every day, we are learning new things, and every day we are helping the students to learn new things. So that is the magic of teacher and internet. Yes, though some information is available, but the whole knowledge can be given by the teacher. Secondly, the ethics, the life skills, the internet can only give lectures on it, but practical experience of life skills and ethics can be given only by the teacher. And of course, have you ever heard someone saying internet is the role model? No. For most of them, always a teacher is the role model. So yes, again, I will say teacher is the best mode of education, not teacher is just the best mode of education. Internet can never replace a teacher. Thank you.
Wonderful. And yes, you have quoted a very good examples. And today I was taking a session for NEP, National Education Policy 2020. So for the teachers in India, so it's always be the tools can help us, they can assist us. And the counterpart has also given a right speech that that without technology, we cannot make things clear to everyone. So because that the technology has all well. So, but herein we are not talking about technology, we are talking about the internet. So the information available on the internet, always not correct. We have to authenticate, we have to verify. And if you are using in a proper manner, yes, they can be a better. So it's always debatable topics, and all the participants, all the teachers have given a good insights. Now over to judges. Now you declare the result, and I would like both the teachers, please share the school name properly with the student name so that I can prepare the certificate, proper certificate. Samuel sir, please send me the proper school name, grade, and student name with the right spelling so that we can give a right certificate to the student. Am I okay with everything? Now over to the judges for the final conclusion of the result, and they can declare the result. And just we have 5 more minutes to conclude this session. 5 more minutes. Judges, you have just 5 minutes. Time is a constraint. So I'm giving you just 5 minutes. You can discuss on the WhatsApp, and you have your numbers. So you can discuss who is going to be first, second. So we are giving first, second, and third. And we can have a tie as well. And discuss with now Naziza ma'am, Basma ma'am, you can discuss with.
Yes, Nazda, would you like to start?
You can discuss who is going to be first, second, and should I create a room for you people?
We can do it either in personal messages or in a special room, but we shall not discuss it.
I can create a breakout room for you.
You can make up
Okay.
it is possible, yes.
So I've created a room for 3 people. So you can just discuss.
There is no invitation for me, for
Yes.
example.
Just wait.
Yes.
So we'll wait for the 2-3 minutes so that they can declare the result. And meanwhile, I would like Gen founder to say a few words about today's session so that we can get the result. And we have posted the results. We have posted the attendance link in the chat window. You can fill the attendance, and by 8:15 we are going to end this attendance link. Mohittin, you want to say something? Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So till the Mohittin, can you hear me? All of you, meanwhile, fill the thing. Samuel, you can send me the details of your students with the school name and the grade so that we can give them a certificate of. I hope everyone can listen to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible.
So I'm just closing the breakout room so that they can come back. Or I'll move to room 2. I'll come back in a minute. Welcome back, judges. Now you can talk about the result and you can give some appreciation words to the students so that they can be motivated for the next session as well and they can participate with us. Thank you, everyone. Over to the judges.
Yes, Nadizda, you can announce the result.
Hello again, dear friends, and let me announce the decision of the honorable judges. So yes, we were lucky to have 3 of us, to have 3 different opinions, and our opinion is that so both teams gave good reasoning and focused on the very crucial topic, on the very crucial important issue. If what should be the teaching focus, educational focus, either teaching or internet self-education, and both teams gave hot reasons for and against. So being a fan of the internet and being an English teacher, I was very concentrated on all the reasoning because all the points presented were important to me as a person, as a teacher. But nevertheless, our decision is that the team from South Africa was more, so how to say, their speech was more pathetic, not pathetic, but more impressive. It was rich in vocabulary, in terms, and thanks to this, it was more convincing. Yes. And of course, the teacher on the South African part was, I don't know if he is really a fan of the internet, but he performed like a real fan of the internet. And I agreed with all his reasons. And nevertheless, the teacher from India, as I say, she gave reasons from the bottom of her heart, because she's a real teacher. She fills the classroom. And I liked some quotations. I will quote both students and teachers who say that mother is the first teacher, and that the teacher.
Nadeza,
Yes.
the meeting will be over. It's already 2011 as per IST. So please announce the result, and in a minute we will wind up.
So yes,
Sorry,
so,
sorry
so
to
to
interrupt
sum
you,
up,
sorry.
so yes, to sum up, so Team South Africa wins, and Team Hooray, hooray.
Congratulations, congratulations, both teams, congratulations. We are so proud to have you today. Okay, you made it successful by your participation and your very good preparation. Thank you for being with us today. Both teams, congratulations. All of us are winners today.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I hope
Okay,
you have
okay. Just I want to say, in the any competition, we need to win one team. We cannot win those team. All team, those team was very excellent presentation, very excellent participation. So congratulations both team on the behalf of Global Education Network. Congratulations India, congratulations South Africa. All was very great. Thanks to all, and we need to close our today's meeting. And dear Naveen, please close your Google form within a short time, just as possible. And I have sent again attendance link. Dear participant, you can fill attendance link for getting certificate. Okay, thanks again. Thanks Naveen Gupta. Thanks our
Thank you,
honorable
everyone, for joining us for this wonderful debate competition. I hope you appreciate the student work, and
Thank you.
all the best, Dr. Anjum Qureshi and their student Tanuja and Ayush. I hope you were good, but judges' point of view is always good. So better luck next time. No issues, but you have spoken very well. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Good night. Shabak khair.
Okay, dear Naveen Gupta, you should end as a host. Okay, you should end as host.
Okay.